I'm in the kitchen with Chef Ernesto Duran, one of my favorite chefs from Cafe Bien, and we're making something that I love. What are we making?
Today we're going to be pulling fresh mozzarella cheese. So
and you're going to teach us how to do that.
Yeah, so we
what goes into it?
pretty much start with the curd.
Okay.
It's sent to me. It's not local. It's from Wisconsin, but it's whole milk curd, and it's vacuum sealed. It comes really 10-pound package. Okay. What we'd like to do is we get it in 160-degree water, and we kind of just pour it in there and let it sit for about 5 to 7 minutes, and it'll just soften up. And you kind of smash all the curds into one another, and then you pour the water back in. You do the same cycle again for about 2 minutes, and then once the curds and all that soften up, it all becomes one, you know. And then you start stretching it at that point.
The stretching is my favorite part, so I can't wait to do that. But we have to wait for a little bit, so we're gonna send things over to Chad.
We're back in the kitchen with Chef Ernesto Duran from Cafe Bien. Annalise had to see how you made the mozzarella, Ernesto.
Yes. So
Brittany did too.
Me too. Here I am.
All right, so tell us what you're doing there.
Right now, you know, the curd has just dissolved. Like I said earlier, it's now becoming smooth and shiny.
Okay.
You can see the water is still pretty warm. If I want to get it super warm, I'll put it in the water that's over the heat still.
Okay.
And it'll
and
melt
you said
really nicely.
160 degrees.
160 degrees
and
is
you just
ideal.
Threw the curd in there?
What you do is you want to, ideally you want to put it up against the pan so that it kind of cools down a bit so it doesn't like melt the curd immediately. Okay. So it'll hit the cold curd, and then the whole temperature of the water will change, and everything will start to happen. You know, it doesn't 160. If all the water was consistently 160, it might become a little bit too hot to handle and stuff like that. You know, so it just kind of cools itself down, and it helps to become, you know, consistent and smooth. You see, this is a pretty good pull right here. So right here, it's already at the end. So I've already pulled it somewhat. Cool. It's coming to the end, and right now you could pretty much just start forming your cheese balls. So, you know, what I do is I pour the water back in.
Okay.
And then I'll put this in here, and then I'll just pour just where it's submerged, just barely submerged. And
so
that'll
are you
be my
mixing
process.
the two because does it balance because of the different temperatures in the water?
Yeah,
so
what I do is I keep something over here always, and it won't be as hot as that, and it'll cool it down so I can handle it as well as it won't like completely melt. You can feel right here the cheese. Watch, put your hands in there. You can feel it, how it's kind of soft. You know?
Yeah.
What do you think?
So you can
and I want to eat it.
Yeah, so it's already getting to that point where it feels like mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
You know, so right now I'll just start forming the balls, and we'll put them on the cutting board.
Now, when you form them, is it a difficult process or is it pretty easy?
You know, one of my cooks at the Hyatt taught me. He showed me, and he said that he watched some YouTube on it. So I can't.
YouTube, it'll teach anything.
I can't claim to be a pro at it, you know. So I put it back in, I let it get soft, and then I pull it out, and I just, you know, kind of just
squeeze it through.
Squeeze it.
Yeah, and then it's soft enough to where it just,
so cool.
you know, it'll form all on its own.
Watch this.
You want to try one?
Kind of.
Do you want to see Brittany do it?
You bet I do.
Just pull it out. The water's kind of
there
hot.
You go,
okay, and then I
Brittany.
squeeze it through?
Yeah, just kind of, there you go, exactly.
There she goes. Look.
Oh, gosh.
Now you squeeze to tear it.
Oh.
What do you think, Annalise?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's
Just
the cool
roll it
thing
in a
about
ball.
it is you could drop it back in and it gets soft again, and then it'll form.
And then
like,
I
you
can
really
do it.
want to squeeze
You're
it
much.
to pop it off.
You almost have to, like, you know, right at the end, almost cut it with your fingers.
Got to be really strong.
There you go, exactly.
So, you know, obviously lots of things going on with Cafe Bien. You use the mozzarella there. What else is going on? We talked repeatedly about the fact you moved into new locations on 4th and Central.
New location is awesome. You know, I was approached by the people at the convention center, and Cherie with Farm and Table, and Chef Campbell Caruso from Moss. And I was asked to be a part of this really cool thing called Civic Plaza Food Fridays.
Wow.
So, you know, well, the convention center and Civic Plaza, convention center who manages Civic Plaza now, they were given a grant by Southwest Airlines as a sort of revitalization thing. So they were given this money, and 25% of these funds are allocated to bring food, some sort of food portion to Civic Plaza. So Civic Plaza is about to be revitalized in the community.
That's great.
You know, so we're a part of it. We're doing a pop-up restaurant every Friday throughout the spring and summer. So my first Friday was this last Friday that passed, but it was rained out. So I'm getting another opportunity this coming Friday.
All right.
And we're going to be in Street Food Institute's brand new $160,000 food truck. You know,
Just a nice truck. We talked to them, I believe, last
those
Friday.
Those things are gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we're excited to be working alongside them in that food truck. Anybody who's ever cooked professionally has this obsession with working in a food truck. You know, even though we have these kitchens and all this stuff that's brick and mortar, there's something about working in a food truck. It might be that movie Chef that came out. Who knows what it is, but I'm excited to be a part of this. I think it's going to help downtown become a destination.
Yeah.
It goes from 4 to 8 on Fridays. At
Okay.
8 p.m., we close it down, and they do a movie night. So right in that pavilion, they're
Oh,
doing
that's
movies.
great.
This
That's
first
really
Friday, I
cool.
believe they're going to show the Lego movie. That was supposed to
good
show
movie.
the
They're
last
show the
movie.
Lego movie in it.
And you know, I've heard rumors that they're going to show, what's the movie that all the children are into?
Frozen?
Yes. That's what I heard.
You hear
So
that, Annalise?
there's no
They're gonna show
guarantees, but you know,
Frozen,
that's just what I
Annalise.
heard.
So our last step, we chop it up?
Yeah, we just want to have some nice little pieces of it. I already set up a plate,
Okay.
you know, so what I want to
needs
do
a
is
plate?
just, you know, put some nice pieces of cheese on
Look at
there.
that.
Okay.
You know, and then you want to take some Maldon sea salt
Okay.
and you want to sprinkle it on there, you know.
You want to try the mozzarella?
We'll let everybody have some, you know. So
It looks delicious.
fresh
And
food. There's nothing like
so
this stuff,
good.
you know.
Oh man.
This
It
is
delicious.
fantastic, guys. Oh, yeah. Well, I already kind of snuck some from
Right
you,
on.
Ernesto. All right, guys,
So
some more
good.
information on Cafe Bien and what is going on the Plaza every Friday. Head over to casa.com. That's fun stuff. I got to get this girl some mozzarella. We'll be right back, guys.